Hey everybody, it's me, Matty D with Intuitive Advising. This video, or some other videos, I'm going to be talking more about money, and how to shift within you. I don't like saying money identity, but for sake of argument, your money identity, it's really you, your identity of you and money, right? And recently, I asked myself this question, and you want to watch this because this is going to explain to you like at least one big reason. This is one big reason why you're not having the success you want, the money you want, business, and really anything, okay? And it comes down to your identity and who you are. But to really find out what you think about yourself, you have to understand that you don't think of yourself this consciously. You might. There's a good chance you have some awareness of like, yeah, I'm not good at this. I'm not good at that. However, though, you have to go down on. You have to start looking at yourself at, or going into your own subconscious mind to see how you actually see yourself, what you believe about yourself, what you perceive about yourself. Not only that, but also what you believe, perceive, and know about money and really anything else. And recently, I'm talking recently, like a couple weeks ago, I finally asked myself this question. I asked this question to clients. It's I finally was asked this by somebody. I was in a coaching session because, hey, look, I need coaching too. I'm not this supreme being. I'm not this guy who knows all. Like, trust me, I don't know anything. I know that I don't know, and anyone tells you that they know it all and have figured shit out is full of shit. What I talk about in share and teach are things that work, things that I've been taught by other people. I'm not gonna claim to fucking know anything or create something. If I do, I will. But than that, what I'm sharing with you is stuff that's nothing new. Okay, let me say that. The question that was asked me was, Matt, Matt, how do you feel about yourself when it comes to money? Okay, and that's a question you want to ask yourself and take time with it. Grab a pen, notebook, and that question is going to allow you to finally go within yourself, into your subconscious mind, and really get real and raw with yourself and how you see yourself in relation to this thing called money, dinero, francs, all that stuff, right? Because look, because at the end of the day, what is money? It's just a tool. Well, we are the ones who give it all this power, all this charge because of what we've been taught about it growing up, what we've inherited about money from our ancestors. And if you want to take it even further than that, I'm not gonna someone even from past lives. All right. So we have given this thing called money this huge amount of power in our lives that again you come in this world you think money's this powerful fucking being when really you're the one giving it power and energy, right? So when I asked myself this question, well, I'm sorry, when it was asked of me, I went, oh, anytime I've asked this question to people, their mood changes. It's funny. They go, yeah, yeah. Ooh. Immediately the energy changes, it becomes heavy, and me being a coach, knowing how to do recodes on myself, I was like, I felt the shift. I started feeling very heavy. I started feeling sadness, and I'm like, cool, this is where we need to go. Let's confront this motherfucker. Like, finally, let's get to like a root cause of this crap, you know. And I started feeling this heavy energy in like my stomach, and I started saying things like, "Oh my God, I suck. I fucked it up. I've screwed in the past." I wrote it all down too. I was like, I suck. I fucked it up. We're terrible with this. It's dumb. We don't deserve it. We shouldn't have this. I just want to. I just let myself go. I didn't censor anything, and I finally kept. And what stopped me was what came to me was an image of myself pulling like this big ass rock or boulder, and I'm like struggling to pull it. I'm like pulling it, but it's like so much work, so much effort. And then on top of this boulder was myself whipping me, saying, "What's wrong with you? Try harder. You're fucked up. What are you doing? What the like?" Just being ruthless. And I'm like, yeah, that's why I really haven't had the success I want, money I want, in really anything, because I didn't see myself as a person who was deserving worthy of me the money I want. And that's point I want to make. When you ask this question and you get real and raw with yourself, what I just said, honestly, had nothing to do with money. And I was told by a mentor, mine, Brian D. Ridgway, he said this, and I didn't get it then, but now I understand it better. When you're trying to, the problems you have with money, it really have nothing to, it has nothing to do with money itself. Yes, there's beliefs or money, anything else, but ultimately it's you believing subconsciously and unconsciously that you're a person who's basically a piece of shit and doesn't deserve much. That's what it comes down to. And I went, oh shit, I need to correct this. So I did a recode on myself, cleared that shit out, and I kid you not, I felt the shift immediately, boom, and I went, oh. I felt like I got my mojo back. Like, oh my god, I can handle this. I can manage this. I can manage this better. And then like the following day, got like three referrals. Some client put down a down payment, and I was like, hell yeah! And I just felt so much more confident in myself, in knowing I can finally have the success I want, what I'm doing, and with money in general. And I agree with you because you have to understand if you're going to change this identity you have to get asked questions like that, and see what you've taken, what you postulates made of yourself, conclusions, beliefs, things you've taken on from other people about yourself and the world, and start clearing that shit. Because if you don't, you won't go very far. You won't go very far. You cannot outperform your identity. You can't. Your outside world is simply a reflection of what you live on the inside. You cannot outperform your identity. Period. End of story. And this is why when people try to lose weight, they can't lose it, or if they do, they put on more, or people who win the lottery, they lose it all again, or people like, because even if you do get the money you want, you don't change your identity and you outperform it in that sense, everything in you is gonna go, what the fuck? This is not how this works. You will magically engage in self-sabotage, and that's what it is. Okay? So if you're trying to make the amount of money you want, I'm telling you right now, it is futile to take any course on business, tactics, selling, sales. It doesn't fucking matter, because if you don't change your identity, your self-image, and how you see yourself subconsciously, you're fucked. You will not go very far. How do I know? I've tried. I read so many books on personal development, law of attraction, da da da. Until you get real and raw with yourself and clear out what needs to be there and confront the beliefs, the sadness, the traumas you have that you've not dealt with, you won't go very far. You'll be frustrated like shit and be like, what the fuck's wrong with me? Keep asking questions that give you more evidence of why you're fucked up and what's wrong with you. That's what it is. There's no bullshit. I'm not gonna give some magical like here's a 2-part hack. I'm like, no, fuck that. You have to go within you and deal with this shit. If not, cool. Have fun. Have fun doing the same shit over and over and over again, expecting a different result. That's called insanity. It's being an insane person. So, if I can leave you with one thing in this video to start the process of shifting your identity, of shifting your relationship with money, to change that, simply ask yourself this one question. How do I see myself? How do I feel about myself? How do I perceive myself? How do I think about myself? Use whatever word you want to use. How do I feel about myself when it comes to money or in relation to money? Just do it. And the only rule is you have to write down whatever comes up. Write it all down. You're gonna go, what in the fuck? And if you have your own clearing technique, you can clear it out. If you want tapping, I'll put a tapping video in there in the description, and also some comments where you can tap on it. One simple thing you can do, because you're going to bring a bunch of emotion. Simply breathe and feel that emotion out. Real simple. Ask yourself on a scale of 1 to 10, how intense is the emotion? It's probably going to be a 9 or 10, 8 if you're lucky. And just do some diaphragm breathing and just breathe and be with the emotion. And as you breathe, you inhale through your nose, you exhale through your mouth, all the way until you get to 0. Keep doing that. That'll help clear that shit out. You're transmuting it all this up through simply your breath. the best thing I can leave you. Otherwise, reach out to me, schedule a recon on this shit so we can shift this. All right. That's all. I appreciate you. I love you. And any questions on this, comment below. And if you want to call, that'll be in the comments as well, and also in the description. All right, y'all. Gas.